Hey, CLC parents, it's Pastor Rachel here. So, we are back with another Monday Minute. And so far this year, we have covered how to help your child grow spiritually in 2025. We've covered what love languages are, and we went over all 5 of them pretty extensively. So, hopefully, you found which one your child is, their dominant, their secondary, maybe even found your own and your spouse's, and that's helping in your family's life. But as I thought about where I wanted to go next, we thought it would be fun, since Easter's coming, to give you some things that you can do as a family to create some memories and to really help your kids keep the real meaning of Easter before them. That it's not about chocolate bunnies and Peter Cottontail, but it's about the cross and the resurrection. And I had read a book, someone had given it to me back when we got our kids. It's called The Memory Making Mom, and it honestly is my favorite book on the planet. Every baby shower I go to, that's part of the present. I give this book. But in the book, it talks all about traditions and memories and what we get to create as moms and as parents for our kids. And it made me think back to some of my favorite and most fondest traditions and memories from when I was a kid. And I thought of things like even different foods. There was a roast that my grandmother would make, and um, we would have it for Christmas all the time and for holidays. And I mean, I literally, when I taste this roast, I think of my grandma who's since passed away. And she was quite a character, let me tell you. Her name is Grandma Betty, but I think of her every time I have this roast. And so everyone jokes around, like my mom, my brothers, they're like, this is the closest thing to it. Like I feel I haven't perfected it as good as hers, but it's the closest that any of us have gotten. But when I eat that, I think of her. And so there's so many things that we now do with our kids as a result of things that my mom had done with me or things that Jason's parents had done with him that has become integrated into family traditions. And so in this book, it talks about how one day our kids are going to leave. That is going to happen. And they're going to either go to college or trade school. They're going to get married. They're going to get an apartment and they're going to move away. And maybe locally, but they're going to move out of our house. And our hope is, as parents, the things that we have sown into them, the word of God, all those seeds have taken root. But even the fun traditions and different things we've done as a family, that they will carry those on and do them with their children, and their children will carry them on and do them with their children. You hope that it's just a ripple effect that goes on and on and on. Not just spiritually, the legacy that you're leaving for them, but also some fun traditional things that you have done. So we thought that it would be cool to give you some ideas for Easter. So one idea is going to be an idea that really hits home on the real meaning of why we celebrate Easter. One idea is going to be, and these will each be a week, one idea is going to be a fun cooking activity that you guys can all do together. One is going to be some ideas on different videos or different programs you can watch as a family, do a movie night. And again, these all point back to the real meaning of why we celebrate Easter. And then one is a family adventure. And I'm going to give you one of our family's favorite family adventures around Easter time, but you could pick any that you would like for your family. So this week, we're going to start with a tool that will help you keep before your kids' eyes the reason of why we really celebrate Easter. And I feel like this is one that you can use from toddlers all the way up to preteens. Honestly, even our teenager, when we do things as a family, he doesn't get to be excluded. He has to be included. I still have him dye Easter eggs. I still have him decorate Christmas cookies because I want him to have those memories. Even though he acts like he doesn't want those memories, he actually does. So I would encourage you to include your entire family in these memories, no matter the age of your kids. Obviously, if you have an infant, you may be starting these things in kind of different ways. They're little, they're an infant, but you can include your infant if you have other kids, and you may just have to adapt a little bit if you only have an infant in your home. But the first thing is resurrection eggs. If you've not heard of this concept, it is my favorite way to teach about Easter with kids. So basically, you look up resurrection eggs. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them on Christian bookstore websites. You can really get them a ton of places. If you just type it in on the web, it's going to pop right up. But what it is it's plastic Easter eggs, and everyone's looks different depending on the company. But inside of those eggs are little trinkets or little visuals that tell the story of Jesus dying on the cross, of Jesus being resurrected, of Jesus' ascension to heaven, all of those things. And it does it in such a way that depending on the age of your child, you can really gear it towards your kids. Obviously, if they're younger, you're going to do it a little bit where you're not going to go as much into depth. They're going to love probably just picking up the little visuals and holding them. And if you have elementary students, you can engage them in it more. A lot of times it gives you instructions on what to say each day. So if you are newer to this, don't be intimidated. Like, I can't do this. I can't retell the whole Easter story to my child. It literally tells you what to say. However, it also does give you questions that if your kids are a little bit older, you can ask them questions as you're telling the story each day. And it really is this beautiful story that progresses day by day. And then at the end of it, you have the whole amazing Easter story that you've told your kids in a very fun and creative way. So I would recommend doing that as a family. It's something that we do. It's something that our kids enjoy. We've used it here at church to teach the Easter story. I've used it other places that other churches I've been involved with. I have tons of friends that are in ministry that use it. It just is a very common resource that a lot of us use for Easter. And I thought, you know what? We do this at home. Like, this might be fun to tell other people, like, hey, there is this tool where you can start with, the real reason why we celebrate this holiday. And I think this is a cool way to start. Obviously, we're going to talk about some fun things to cook or some fun movie nights or fun adventures, but you want to start with Christ as the forefront of it. So I would start with this resurrection egg activity. If you have questions or if you can't find it or if you're confused, please reach out to us. Stop us in the hallway on a Sunday and ask us. Myself, Jason, Kayla, we would be more than happy to answer any questions you have about it. But it really would be a cool tool for you to do leading up to Easter, teaching your kids on the real reason why we celebrate this holiday. And you can spread it out where you do it daily or maybe every other day, depending on your schedule. That really is up to you, but it's just a really cool tool that we wanted to share with you as parents that you can use in your home. So we are excited for spring, as I'm sure you are as well. And hopefully this tool helps you to be able to teach your kids about the real meaning of why we celebrate this amazing, amazing holiday of Easter. We're praying for you. We're cheerleading you on in every step of the way. And we will see you for the next Monday Minute.